YouTube? This is GalacticGod, and we're coming up to that time of the year to which some duelists truly despise and others hold with great anticipation. Of course, I'm talking about BanList season. Now, this is not going to be a BanList prediction video or anything like that. Actually, what I want to do is talk to you guys about the changes that have been made to the BanList over the last year or so. Now, a long time ago, I produced a video talking about changes that I thought could be done to the BanList to help improve the game. The first one that I suggested was changing them from 6-month-long formats to actually 3 or 4. Second, I suggested separating the OCG and the TCG ban lists. And third, I suggested having some kind of player interaction where duelists would actually be able to help contribute ideas to the ban list. Now, in my original video, I said Konami could actually make all 3 of those changes, or just 2 of the 3, or even one of them would drastically help the game. Now, to my surprise, Konami actually had those same ideas and implemented 2 out of the 3 suggestions that I had talked about. And now that some time has passed, I wanted to do a video discussing whether or not I still believe that those were good decisions made by Konami. First, I want to talk about the time frame in which a ban list lasts. Originally, it was every 6 months we would get a new forbidden/limited list. Now Konami has kind of changed that up. No longer are we confined by those 6-month periods. I thought it was going to be maybe a stable 4-month or even a 3-month to make it really fast, but Konami seems to just have any old number out there. We've seen formats that last 2 months, a month and a half, 4 months, 3 months. Whatever Konami feels like having for that format, it seems like that's what they throw up there. And although I still do believe that it's good for the game to have faster formats, not have them last quite 6 months, I do not like that the formats seem to be in a disarray, meaning that every format we get has a different time frame attached to it. I kind of wish that Konami would just pick one amount of time and then stick with it for a while, whether that be 4 months or 3 months. I think anything lower than 3 months might be too fast for ban lists to change, but I think 3 or 4 is a good amount of time for Konami to take a look at formats and cards and decide whether or not something needs to be changed or added or deleted from the list. As I stated in my original video, I also like the idea that Konami can take cards that they're unsure about off of the list and see how they react in the format. We've seen them do stuff with cards such as Goyo Guardian and most recently Regeki and Glow Up Bowl, and I hope that this trend does continue. Maybe if we're lucky we can get cards like Trishula or Pot of Greed or Ring of Destruction, Imperial Order. Hopefully we can see some of these cards that people just think are too broken to be released back into the meta in a format again, just to see how they react, especially since a lot of the formats that we're getting are so small. So in this regard, I still do believe that the shorter formats are better. The second big change that Konami made was separating the TCG forbidden list from that of the OCG. Now personally, I've always wanted the list to be identical, but because of the drastic card pool differences that each has at their disposal, I just don't see that as being a realistic option. The way that Konami operates is that not only do we have TCG exclusives, but the OCG has their own exclusives as well. Plus, our sets are released at a different time rate, meaning very often what works in the OCG does not necessarily work in the TCG. We've seen this most recently with the Burning Abyss. Obviously, that's running rampant over here in the TCG, whereas over in the OCG, they haven't even been exposed to the archetype yet. So since our formats are still so drastically different, I don't see the purpose of having us maintain the same forbidden list since we have different archetypes and cards at our disposal. So personally, overall, I think the changes that Konami has made to the forbidden/limited list have been good for the game. But in the comment section below, let me know your guys' thoughts on this subject. Do you agree with my take on it, or do you differ in opinion, and why? And I guess that's it for now. This is GalacticGod, out.